Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Muswatmana Mangsha Paribhrajagacharya Sittare Srismad Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Kodi Vaishnava ki Jai Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur ki Jai Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai Sri Radha Krishna Mok Gopinath Sam Khand Radha Khand Girivardhan ki Jai Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Navadvip Dham ki Jai Ganga Mai की जाए जमुना माई की जाए गुरु द्वारका धाम की जाए स्वामी तो भक्तविंद की जाए और ग्लोरी टू देयर सिमरन और ग्लोरी टू देयर सिमरन थैंक यू वेरी मच
Is a summary study of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which was written in Sanskrit by Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. He was the chief of the 6 Goswamis, who were the direct disciples of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he first met Lord Chaitanya, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada was engaged as a minister in the Mohammedan government of Bengal. He and his brother Sanatan were then named Sakar Malik and Dabir Khas, respectively, and they held responsible posts as ministers of Nawab Hussain Shah. At that time, 500 years ago, the Hindu society was very rigid, and if a member of the Brahmana caste accepted the service of a Mohammedan ruler, he was at once rejected from Brahmin society. That was the position of the 2 brothers, Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. They belonged to the highly situated Saraswata Brahmana.
These two brothers, at that time their name was Sakar Malik and David Khas. So they were ostracized from the Brahmin community. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special grace, that he accepted two rejected gentlemen from the Brahmin society and made them Goswami. That is the special significance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. He accepted Haridas Thakur from born in Mohammedan community and he made him the Acharya, Namacharya. The practically Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to glorify the significance of the holy name. He is actually the Acharya, Namacharya, but he transferred his Namacharya-ship to Haridas Thakur. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, Kiva Vipra, Kiva Shudra, Nasikan and all. It doesn't matter whether he is a Brahmin or a Shudra or anyone. If he is Krishna Tattva-Vitta, if he knows the science of Krishna, then he can be made the spiritual master. Jai Krishna Tattva-Vitta Saivu. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement significance. So, following his footsteps, we are preaching the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult and giving sannyas for preaching. That is not unauthorized. One who criticizes this action, he does not know the principle of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's principle is anyone who knows the science of Krishna, he can become spiritual master. This is the secret. So from the very beginning, these two Goswamis, they are not in the beginning Goswamis. They are Sakar Malik, David Khas. But they were made Goswamis. And Haridas Thakur was made Namacharya. Then gone. This is the new edition of Nectar of Devotion.
They belonged to the highly situated Saraswata Brahmana community, but they were ostracized due to their acceptance of ministerial posts in the government of Hussein Shah. It is the grace of Lord Chaitanya that he accepted these two exalted personalities as his disciples.
The Brahmin community was so strong that because acceptance of service is the business of the Shudra, the Brahmins, they would not accept anyone's service. The Kshatriyas, they would not accept anyone's service. And the Vaishyas also. They should live independently. Brahmins, by culture, Vedic knowledge, Kshatriyas, by exacting taxes from the citizens, and Vaishyas by trade, agriculture. They should live. To serve one is the business of the dog, that is mentioned in Bhagavad. So, if there is dire necessity, a Brahmin can accept the profession of a Kshatriya or the even the profession of a Vishwa, but not the profession of a Shudra. But at the present moment, because everyone accepts the profession of Shudra, therefore Shastra says, Kalau Shudra Samman. Here is the example that Shakar Malik, he was Brahmin, Sarsad Brahmin. But because he accepted, they were learned Brahmin, not fools, very good scholar in Sanskrit and Arabian language. Still, because they accepted service in the Mohammedan government, there is in Egypt. No. Punishment, there is punishment. In Hindi it is called hukka pani band. In this society, in village still, if one is ostracized, nobody will smoke with him. Hukka means smoking. And pani means not to accept his water. Hukka pani band. So that is ostracization, and that was taken against Sanatana Goswami. They are not Goswami at that time. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special place. With that word, kaak ke mayur par. Then what happened?
It is the grace of Lord Chaitanya that he accepted these two exalted personalities as his disciples and raised them to the position of Goswamis, the highest position of Brahminical culture. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya accepted Haridas Thakur as his disciple, although he happened to be born of a Mohammedan family. And Lord Chaitanya later on made him the Acharya. Later on made it.
Doctor ko putri jana. Jai. Dr. Kapoor's sanga আমাদের 40 বছর and এরা আমাদের তো students.
And Lord Chaitanya later on made him the Acharya of the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya's principle is universal. Anyone who knows the science of Krishna and is engaged in the service of the Lord is accepted as being in a higher position than a person born in the family of a Brahmin. That is the original principle accepted by all Vedic literatures, especially by the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam. The principle of Lord Chaitanya's movement in educating and elevating everyone to the exalted post of a Goswami is taught in the Nectar of Devotion. Lord Chaitanya met the two brothers, Dabir Kas and Sakar Malik, in a village known as Ramkeli in the district of Malda. And after that meeting, the brothers decided to retire from government service and join Lord Chaitanya. Sakar Malik, who was later to become Rupa Goswami, retired from his post and collected all the money he had accumulated during his service. It is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that his accumulated savings in gold coins equaled millions of dollars and filled a large boat. He divided the money in a very exemplary manner, which should be followed by devotees in particular and by humanity in general. 50% of his accumulated wealth was distributed to the Krishna-conscious persons, namely the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas. 25% was distributed to relatives, and 25% was kept against emergency expenditures and personal difficulties. Later on, when Dabir Khas also proposed to retire, the Nawab was very much agitated and put him into jail. But Dabir Khas, who was later to become...
This connection is may inform that our disciples in Krishna consciousness movement, those who are grihasthas, they contribute at least 50% of the income. Yes. Most of them, they are full-time engaged, but if one cannot be full-time engaged, just like we have got our disciple, Professor Howard Wheeler, and he gives more than 50% of his income for developing our New Vrindavan scheme. Yes. So we try to follow these principles laid down by Rupa Goswami. The 50% for Krishna, for Krishna's devotees, 25% for personal emergency, and 25% for the dependent relatives. There are many couples here, they are married. I got them married. Sometimes I am criticized by my godbrothers, but they do not know why I got them married. Here is a couple, Gurudas and his wife, Jamuna. And where is Malati? Malati is not here. Malati and her husband, Shamsundar, and another couple, Janati and Mukunda. I sent them first missionary to London to start the temple. And for 1 year, they struggled very hard, and they called me, then I started the temple. So, my Guru Maharaj wanted to start a temple in London. He sent 2 sannyasis, but it was not possible. But these grihasthas, they started. So we want to see that the mission is fulfilled. It doesn't matter whether he is a grihastha or sannyasi. Kiva vipur kiva suddha nasikanena. So by getting them married, I am benefited. They have helped me.
There is nothing against marriage in Mahaprabhu's...
Sometimes my godbrother criticizes that I am sannyasi, I am taking part in marriage. So, I have got very good difficulties. Here, when I come in India, they say that I am spoiling Hindu system of living. And when I go there, the Christians say that here is the greatest enemy. Egulo nibbangser bata peture bherul bherul. This is my position. If I go ahead, then nibbangser bata. And if I go behind, then bherul bherul. So what can be done? I have to execute my duty. I am not encouraged by the government, by my godbrothers, and still I have to do this duty. What can be done? So far I am concerned, I know, by getting them married, I am benefited. They have done so much. He is also married, this boy. He has got his wife, he has got children. But he doesn't care for his wife and children. He remains with me, and he helps me in editing the Sanskrit portion of my books. He has studied Sanskrit. He was not a Sanskrit scholar, but by his endeavor, he has studied Sanskrit
So all my book, Sanskrit editing work is done by him.
I see.
Yes. He worked very hard. Yes. Now he understands Sanskrit. He can read Sanskrit. So, if I get facility for pushing on my missionary work, there is no harm getting married. Because in Europe, America, these boys and girls, they live like friends. So I say that you cannot live as friends. You must get yourself married, and that is proof. Here is a girl. Where is it? That Saradiya?
Yes.
Huh? When she was young, 15 years, she very frankly told me that I want this boy to marry Vaikuntha. So I told Vaikuntha that you are reserved for her. As soon as she is over 16 years, you have to marry. So they agree. Another girl, she is now at Manila. She is Australian. She was a famous actress. So she came to Los Angeles and surrendered to me. And I asked her that you go to Tokyo, I have got a disciple, and get yourself married.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. She never saw her.
Ah,
So, European countries,
that's impossible.
it is impossible. But she went and married him, and they're living peacefully. Now they're married. So, I have to see the interest of my missionary work. Never mind. Of course, it is a novel thing that sannyasi is taking part in marriage. But what can be done? I have to execute my mission. God, I think it is done.
I can see. But Dabir Khas, who was later to become Srila Sanatan Goswami, took advantage of his brother's personal money,
You can arrange the light here.
which had been deposited with a village banker, and escaped from the prison of Hussain Shah. In this way, both brothers joined Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Rupa Goswami first met Lord Chaitanya at Prayag, Allahabad, India, on the Dashashvamedha bathing ghat of that holy city. And on the Dashashvamedha bathing ghat of that holy city, the Lord instructed him continually for 10 days. The Lord particularly instructed Rupa Goswami on the science of Krishna consciousness. These teachings of Lord Chaitanya to Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada are narrated in our book, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Later, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada elaborated the teachings of the Lord with profound knowledge of revealed scriptures and authoritative references from various Vedic literatures. Srila Srinivasa Acharya describes in his prayers to the 6 Goswamis that they were all highly learned scholars, not only in Sanskrit, but also in foreign languages, such as Persian and Arabian. They very scrutinizingly studied all the Vedic literatures in order to establish the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the authorized principles of Vedic knowledge. The present Krishna consciousness movement is also based on the authority of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. We are therefore generally known as Rupanugas, or followers in the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. It is only for our guidance that Srila Rupa Goswami prepared his book Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is now presented in the form of the Nectar of Devotion. Persons engaged in the Krishna consciousness movement may take advantage of this great literature and be very solidly situated in Krishna consciousness. Bhakti means devotional service. Every service...
My Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Swami Maharaj, he used to advise to read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Everyone after initiation. At least he advised me. So this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is very important study book for the Vaishnava. It is the science of devotional service. And people are in Western countries taking interest. In the Temple University, it has become a textbook in the religious class. There are 60 students who are regularly studying the Nectar devotion published by us. And gradually it is being introduced in other colleges and schools. I think it's training.
The candle is coming.
Coming. They can start. But then we can have people.